just practiced as much as any other nephrologist. And had no real interest in nutrition, had no real training in nutrition, didn't really care about it at all. And unfortunately, that's not atypical of most doctors. We don't get a lot of training. And that's just the way it is. We sort of have passed that off to dietitians and also to, Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig, that sort of thing. So doctors don't have any real interest in it, which is very strange, actually, because we all know that obesity and type 2 diabetes are actually huge, huge, huge parts of health. Almost every single disease or disease state is made worse by obesity. So it's strange that doctors don't really have any real interest in weight loss. We think that the solution is actually right in front of our face, right? We think it's all about calories and eating fewer calories and you'll lose weight. Unfortunately, we've all advised that, and nobody ever loses weight. I think, like something like 99% of people really just don't lose any weight. And that's why doctors have no interest in it, because we give the advice to count your calories, eat 500 less calories, and it doesn't work. So that's about the limits of what we do. And so since the 1970s, obesity has gone up and up and up. And closely behind that, type 2 diabetes, since the 1980s and early 1990s, started going up and up and up. And type 2 diabetes is actually by far and away, the leading cause of kidney disease. So as a kidney specialist, it became sort of a bigger and bigger and bigger part of my professional practice. And I started to get very unhappy with what I was seeing, because I could see that we weren't making really any difference in the whole disease of type 2 diabetes. And so I was really introduced to the whole question of weight loss, not through weight loss, but through type 2 diabetes, which was my thing. There are several large studies looking at the way we treat type 2 diabetes, which is our treatment paradigm was mostly about giving more insulin to lower blood sugars. And of course, giving more insulin, exogenous insulin, to treat type 2 diabetes caused people to gain weight. Everybody knows that if you lose weight, your type 2 diabetes will get better. So here I was giving them a drug which made them gain weight. And they're like, whoa, what are you doing to me? And I really had no answer to that. And it really struck me as this sort of paradox, but I was the one prescribing the medication. So I really was unhappy about what I was doing. But that was medical wisdom. It still mostly is medical wisdom sort of 10 years later. Thinking about it as obesity as a sort of personal responsibility and not looking after yourself and you let yourself go. And I remember thinking, hey, this is very strange, because here I am, I'm giving this guy insulin and he's gaining weight. But fundamentally, he's not changed. He's not doing more or less exercise. He's not got more or less willpower, because there's this whole thing about, obesity is just a lack of willpower, sort of blame the victim, sort of. The major difference was I gave him a bunch of insulin and he gained weight. So it's like, how does that work? And so I remember thinking, this is weird, because it goes against everything that I sort of was taught about weight loss and weight gain. And it didn't make any sense. And it was really just in front of my face every single day, because I have patients every single day who are on insulin and they're all gaining weight. So that was when I really started to look back and say, okay, let's go back, because I'm not happy about this. And I know nothing about it. And I need to know about it, because that's my job. And I really have to think about weight loss, because that's a key part of people's health. And as a doctor, that's what my responsibility is. So that's when I went back and I started really thinking about the question of calories. And as I started to think about it more and more, the less and less sense the whole thing made.